Team margarine or loyal to butter? If margarine's your pick, here's what you need to know about this often criticized contender in the spread wars. Launched in 1981, I Can't Believe It's Not Butter rose to fame when hydrogenated oils were still considered healthy. Its quirky name and memorable ads helped make it a household staple.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I Can't Believe It's Not Butter uses a typical mix of oils but has a simpler ingredient list compared to many other buttery spreads, no mono or diglycerides, nor calcium disodium EDTA. The original spread includes milk in its natural flavorings, but there's also a vegan option for those avoiding dairy. Reviews are generally positive, though environmentally minded shoppers should be aware of its significant palm oil content, which raises sustainability concerns despite the brand's popularity and taste appeal. Parkay has been a butter alternative since the 1930s, but unlike many modern spreads, it's not completely dairy-free. It contains whey, a milk byproduct. You'll find it in sticks, tubs, and convenient spray bottles.
For better buttery taste, it's Parkay. What did you expect?
Parkay, like most margarine-style spreads, is made from a mix of vegetable oils, including soybean, palm, and palm kernel oils. It also contains mono and diglycerides, additives that might raise eyebrows among health-conscious shoppers. However, these compounds occur naturally in many foods and are considered safe by organizations like the World Health Organization, the European Food Safety Authority, and the Center for Science in the Public Interest. In short, science says there's no need to panic. Still, there's a catch. Mono and diglycerides can contain trace amounts of trans fats. While Parkay labels show 0 grams of trans fat, that's because the FDA allows companies to round down anything under 0.5 grams per serving. So while it may seem trans fat-free, those tiny amounts can accumulate over time. Research shows even small, consistent intake of trans fats may contribute to serious health risks, including heart disease and cognitive decline. It's a hidden concern worth considering. Besides a hearty steak, one of the main draws at Texas Roadhouse is their honey cinnamon buttery spread, but don't expect it to be pure butter. Like many spreads, it's a blend of vegetable oils. According to Reddit, one location uses summer-made butter blend, which combines real butter with palm and soybean oils, plus an unspecified bioengineered ingredient. The version sold for home use is even less natural, containing added palm kernel oil. Given the well-documented environmental damage caused by palm oil production, this raises concerns. Enjoying a buttery spread shouldn't come at the cost of destroying ecosystems, making it hard to justify choosing this product over more sustainable options.
Buttery, new Brummel Brown. The creamy taste of butter blended with the goodness of yogurt.
Brummel Brown promotes its original spread as a wholesome option made with real yogurt, but the reality may not match the marketing. While it does contain half the fat and calories of traditional butter, it's still a heavily processed blend. The spread includes palm kernel oil, palm oil, and soybean oil ingredients that raise both health and environmental concerns. Palm oil, though antioxidant-rich, is high in saturated fat and linked to deforestation and habitat destruction. Soybean oil isn't much better. Research from the University of California, Riverside in 2022 connected it to obesity, diabetes, and even neurological and genetic changes in mice. While these findings aren't conclusive for humans, researchers suspect it may not be a healthy choice. Beyond the health risks, the cost has also become a sticking point. With a recent price hike, many customers are questioning whether Brummel Brown is still worth it. For some, a spread that's neither fully dairy nor fully natural may be too much of a compromise for both wallet and wellness. When you hear Land O'Lakes, you likely think of real butter or the brand's once famous mascot. Founded in 1921 as a farmer-owned cooperative, Land O'Lakes is known for its dairy products, but also offers vegetable oil-based butter alternatives. These spreads, like others, contain numerous ingredients, including mono and diglycerides, which mean trace amounts of trans fats are present. However, the brand has faced troubling supplier controversies. In 2009, one Pennsylvania dairy supplier came under investigation for questionable cow treatment. While not legally deemed cruelty, conditions were found lacking. Then, in 2017, another supplier's employee was fired after allegations surfaced of violent behavior toward cows, including punching and stabbing. These incidents raise ethical concerns about the supply chain behind Land O'Lakes products. Olivio's name and packaging suggest a spread rich in olive oil, promising a healthier alternative to butter and other spreads. However, the ingredient list tells a different story. Olive oil ranks third, behind canola and palm oils. This disconnect feels misleading to many buyers. On top of that, reviewers often complain that the spread fails to melt smoothly, with one saying, "Just sits on top all stiff, unappealing foam-like." How do they sell this stuff? Many users report Olivio is hard to spread and leaves an unpleasant aftertaste. Country Crock has been crafting butter-like spreads since 1945, positioning itself as a dairy alternative long before plant-based eating went mainstream. While the brand has always been upfront about being more margarine than butter, trouble brewed in 2022 over its plant butter product. Consumers filed a class action lawsuit, claiming the packaging was deceptive. The label highlighted olive oil complete with a leafy olive branch image, yet olive oil made up only a tiny fraction of the ingredients. Instead, the spread relied on cheaper oils like palm and canola. Country Crock argued that olive oil referred merely to flavor, but the controversy stuck, and this wasn't their first clash. In 2019, the National Milk Producers Federation criticized the company for blurring the lines between real butter and plant-based imitators. The use of butter terms for imitation butter products is an egregious slap in the face. Critics pointed out that Country Crock didn't even meet the FDA's fat threshold to be labeled margarine, falling short of the required 80% fat content. Before a 2015 recipe overhaul, the original spread was loaded with additives and preservatives. The brand claimed its new formula was simpler and healthier, but not everyone was impressed. One Walmart shopper summed it up bluntly: "Was the change even worth it? I used to think Country Crock was just as good as real butter spread on a piece of toast or a biscuit. Now it's just flavorless fat." Imperial is a budget-friendly butter alternative that's widely available, but its low price doesn't tell the full story. While the sticks may look like butter, the product is actually lactose-free and made from a blend of vegetable oils. It also includes several additives that could be a concern for those with food sensitivities, such as distilled monoglycerides, soy lecithin, and calcium disodium EDTA. Soy lecithin, in particular, often raises eyebrows. Though naturally derived from soybeans and commonly used in supplements, it's processed through chemical extraction. Some research suggests it may help lower cholesterol, but those with soy allergies could still react, even though most allergens are removed during processing. The ingredient list aside, taste remains a dividing factor. One Walmart reviewer didn't mince words, saying the flavor was closer to salty oil than anything resembling real butter. For shoppers trying to balance cost, taste, and health concerns, Imperial may fall short on more than one front. Saltiest thing since the Dead Sea. Another frankly said, "Worst butter I've ever tasted." And one confused reviewer said, "I ordered link sausage and received 2 bananas." Move over butter, like many butter alternatives, comes with a lengthy list of ingredients, one of the most concerning being fractionated palm oil. This oil is often used in place of partially hydrogenated oils, which the FDA has banned, but it contains even more saturated fat than regular palm oil. While still lower in saturated fat than real butter, it's not exactly heart-healthy. On the upside, many users seem to enjoy the flavor. The butter-like taste comes from sweet cream buttermilk, giving it a more authentic profile compared to some plant-based spreads. Reviews are generally positive, with one Walmart customer even claiming it's the best tasting of all the fakes. Smart Balance promotes itself as a heart-healthy choice thanks to its omega-3 fatty acids, claiming to support healthy cholesterol levels. However, its ingredient list still includes controversial additives like calcium, disodium, EDTA, and palm oil, which some consumers find concerning. In 2022, the brand reformulated the spread to reduce vegetable oil, resulting in a thinner, water-heavy texture that many longtime fans found very weird. After a flood of negative reviews, Smart Balance promised to return to its original recipe, but customers felt the new version never quite matched the old. One Walmart reviewer recently expressed frustration, saying, "We have been using and liking this margarine as long as it has been available, and even stuck with it through the changes until now. The taste is terrible, and it is too soft." Earth Balance Buttery Spread promotes itself as a healthier option, but compared to butter, that's a low bar. It contains some better oils like canola, olive, and flaxseed, but also relies on less desirable palm and soybean oils. For those seeking a genuinely healthy butter substitute, Earth Balance falls short. With 100 calories and 11 grams of fat per serving, its nutritional profile is similar to real butter. The product has faced harsh criticism, even on its own website. Customers describe the reformulated version as sliding mold moldy oil, genuinely nauseating, and no bueno. Many reviewers also complain about the spread's hard texture, making it difficult to use. Some even suggest the people responsible for the reformulation should be held accountable.
The butter's all Oh, you're watching your There's dinner rolls ripping out there as we speak!
Several small bakers said the unexpected recipe change ruined their products, causing off or rancid flavors. Overall, this buttery spread might be best avoided. Target's Good & Gather plant-based buttery spread aims to mimic butter while appealing to health-conscious shoppers with its all-organic label. This is appealing for those wanting to avoid synthetic pesticides and herbicides. However, the spread relies on a blend of 5 different oils: palm, coconut, sunflower, flax, and canola, which is more complex than most similar products. Despite its organic status, coconut oil's health impact raises concerns. The American Heart Association warns that coconut oil contains 84% saturated fat, even higher than butter's 63%. For those not strictly avoiding dairy, real butter might be a healthier choice. While Good & Gather offers a convenient alternative, the heavy use of saturated fats means it's not necessarily better for your heart or overall health.